Hello, Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time stopping by. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Quiet Rebel Oracle by Lynn Thurman. And this is very timely because as we speak, Lynn Thurman has put the Quiet Rebel Tarot up on Kickstarter. So if you'd like to learn more about the Quiet Rebel Oracle and why you may or may not want to spring for the tarot, then hang out with me and we'll go through it and you can see kind of what the style is, what to expect, and that might give you some additional context for the Kickstarter. If you are new to my channel, hello, my name is Lisa. I like to make content on YouTube all about divination and tarot and all of the things, but I am also a tarot deck creator myself, as well as a tarot and other kind of book author. I have my own tarot deck, the Unicorn's Journey Tarot, the standard size and the mini, available on my Etsy shop, as well as the most recent decks that we put out. This is actually a collaboration with my wife, Peggy. Sassy Dragons Tarot is incredible. I love it so much. It has the meanings right on the cards, so if you haven't seen that, you can check that out as well on my Etsy shop. Always linked down below. You can learn more about this. This comes in a not safe for work adult only version and a classic / family friendly version. They have different write-ups on the cards, but otherwise the art on the front of the cards is identical, and they do have a day-night back difference. But other than that, they're basically the same deck, so it just depends on which flavor of sayings you want. We've had a lot of people who like to get both and either mix and match or play with them in different scenarios, depending on who they're reading for or with. I love them. I'm obsessed. They're fabulous. They're on my Etsy shop. As far as books I've written, we have my first book, The Self-Worth Path, which is I guess you could say like a self-help book, all about my journey along the self-worth path and the steps that helped me that I hope will also help you. Unlocking the Tarot is my tarot book, published by Llewellyn in 2024, and super proud of this. This is a great beginner-friendly tarot book that will teach you how to get to know the tarot really, really intimately and in a really personal way. And then I also wrote a little children's book based on my Unicorn's Journey Tarot that tells the story of Mystic, the little unicorn, based on the major arcana of the tarot, but does not mention tarot in here. But you do get some beautiful artwork that does show up in the tarot, including some expanded pieces. So it's told in rhyming couplets, totally age appropriate. Again, no mention of tarot, so you can gift it to anybody. And this is also on my Etsy shop. These you can get from any bookseller. So if you're interested in my work, that is how you can check it out and what is available as of right now. Let's get into the Quiet Rebel Oracle. I backed this on Kickstarter and I'm so excited, and just so you know, I've already backed the Quiet Rebel Tarot on Kickstarter as well. I snagged an early bird so freaking quick because I am low-key obsessed with this, and I think she did something really cool with the tarot as well. You will probably hear me and Danny talk more about that when we do our hot takes in May. So as long as the campaign is still active, you will hear our thoughts on it then. But this walkthrough is coming out well before then, so if you want to hear my thoughts, I think it's freaking cool. I love that she's got sort of similar titles on the cards in the tarot version. I think it's really fun. But anyways, let's get into this deck. So first things first, I want to point out is that there are little truth bombs in the bottom left and right corners on the box, which I think is so clever. There's no thumb cutouts, but it's quite a loose lid, so you're not going to have any problem getting the box lid off. I do prefer when there are thumb cutouts, but it's not a deal breaker. Here's what it says on the back. The Quiet Rebel Oracle invites you to join the most powerful rebellion of all, one that requires no weapons, no raised voices, just a quiet commitment to finding your truth, practicing radical kindness, and breaking free from the conditioned view of reality. It's a defiance born from within, a subtle revolution of the soul. So this is a 46 card deck. So it says this 46 card deck is your companion in that inner rebellion, offering inspiration, empowerment, and guidance as you navigate life's twists and turns. With its whimsical characters and thought-provoking messages, the Quiet Rebel Oracle brings a fresh, playful perspective to these unpredictable and interesting times. LynnThurman.com. So let's get into it. The inside of the box is like a light gray. On both sides, there's almost like a starbursty design on the inside of the bottom. The top has like a plain light gray interior. So we have this yellow and gray kind of contrast. Let's just pop that over to the side. And then we have a guidebook, which has little thumbnail cutouts. There is a write-up, then a declaration of defiance. Are they all like that? Yep, then a declaration of defiance, and then a truth bomb. Amazing. So we'll get into that. The backs of the cards are this fun collage-y. We've got the truth bombs here. We've got some flamingos in reverse here, some flowers and other plants. I think these are palm leaves, maybe? Don't quote me on that. I don't know. It feels like it's got that really nice matte lamination on it. So it's got that kind of buttery feel. It's matte, but it could clump a little bit as you work with it. Has a little bit of bend, but that is what you can expect from that. Oh my God, this is incredible. It's just what I remembered. Okay, let's get zoomed in. I'm so excited to look at this. I loved this deck when I first saw it on Kickstarter, and I'm so glad I backed it. Cannot wait to be able to pair it with the tarot too. And this is like, I feel like collage light. And let me explain what I mean by that. There's collage that gets a little bit wild, by which I mean that there is collage that is kind of like, there's a lot going on the card. And I feel like Lynn does collage in a way where it's very contained. That's one of the things that I actually really like about the Scarab and Dahlia, which we may take a look at as a potential temporary pairing, at least until the Quiet Rebel tarot comes in. But it feels fairly contained, and I feel like everything feels like it's here for a purpose. So this actually says, beware, thought police. And then there's a single keyword, autonomy, underneath. Now, I don't know how well, it's not super high contrast, so it might be a little difficult to see in some lighting. I'm not sure how well it's picking up on camera, but it's pretty, it's pretty easy to read in person. I'm not really struggling with that. But here we have like a spaceship shining down. We have a tinfoil hat. He's reading like tabloids or something. And this idea of like, beware, thought police, and autonomy, to me speaks to like, do your own thinking, like don't let other people do your thinking for you, which I think is fabulous. And then if we go into the guidebook, our declaration of defiance, I honor my true thoughts and guard my mind from influences that don't serve me. So what I got from this card, without even looking at the guidebook, was exactly the intention. Truth bomb. What beliefs do I hold that may have been influenced by others, and how can I align them with my own truth? Amazing. And there's a full walkthrough or full write-up as well. So let's read that just so we get a flavor. Guard your mind against unseen influences that shape your beliefs and actions. This card tells you to reclaim your mental freedom by questioning narratives and perspectives that seem imposed. Not every thought that enters your mind aligns with your true self. Take a step back to reflect on which ideas are genuinely yours and which serve someone else's agenda. Recognizing this distinction allows you to live authentically, unshackled by societal or cultural pressures. True autonomy is not just in actions, but in thought as well. Reclaim your mental sovereignty and stay true to your unique path. What a powerful card. I love that. And then we have bloom in the cracks. I love this so much because it speaks to the way that wildflowers and grasses will come up through cracks in concrete and sidewalks to grow despite obstacles. I think that is so powerful. We have this character who's like gardening and like watering the plants that are growing up from the cracks here and stepping on the cracks, which kind of makes me think of that rebellious energy of like, step on a crack, break your mother's back. It's a terrible rhyme, but like the idea of like rebellion, right? Like how many people as like, I don't know. I just feel like people will immediately like resonate with that. Anyways, we have bloom in the cracks, and then resilience is the keyword. I really want to know the truth bomb for this, but we can't do it the whole way through. Truth bomb. What recent challenge has helped me grow, and how can I harness that strength for future obstacles? And the declaration of defiance. I rise above challenges and let my resilience turn struggles into opportunities. I mean, it's so good. Burn it down. Release. Need I say more? She's surrounded by matches and she's got one on fire and she's grinning and she's like, yeah, I'm going to burn it down now. Okay, thanks, bye. Connect to the limitless potential, the swings. This is everything. I need to read this one. You are unbound by the limitations that may seem to surround you. This card encourages you to step beyond restrictive beliefs and embrace the vast potential within you. Imagining a life without barriers opens doors to possibilities you may not have seen. Trust that your spirit was made to soar without constraint, and that opportunities multiply as you expand your vision. Each step towards growth and self-discovery brings you closer to your fullest potential. Embrace this call to limitless exploration, where new horizons await those who are willing to break free and pursue the infinite. The declaration of defiance. I am limitless. My potential knows no bounds. I embrace the infinite possibilities before me. The truth bomb. What beliefs or fears are holding me back, and how can I release them to explore the infinite? I love this. Cosmic joke. Humor. I love everything about this. I love everything about it. Cosmic permission slip. Approval. So we have cosmic joke, humor, and cosmic permission slip, approval. I love that there's a cosmic permission slip card in the deck. I talk about this a lot, like in self-worth work, it is so important to like give yourself permission, like, and permission slips are such a powerful visual or like tangible representation of that. Like I have permission to choose what's right. I have permission to say what's wrong, what's not right for me, that kind of thing. Love that. Cut the cord. Independence. This deck is so aptly named as Quiet Rebel. There is this empowering vibe for sure that is running through this deck. Dance in the rain, joy. This reminds me, literally she's standing in puddles. Peggy says, and this is actually in Sassy Dragon's Tarot, one of the cards literally says, just jump in the effing puddles. Amazing. Love it. Embrace the scars, healing. And she's actually got scars on her legs. Yes, 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 yes. This is such a great like self-worth deck already. Dream thief, protection. Love that. Escape hatch, freedom. Look at, she's surrounded by like this snake and this like alligator and everything's out for her. And she's like, I'm going to go over here where it's like, I'm going to leave this place and I'm going to go through this portal and I'm going to step into where this, all this beautiful garden and these flowers, and I'm going to like forge my own future. Like I don't have to stay in all this toxicity. It's so powerful. Face your demons, courage. What I love about this is that they've embraced or brought their demon with them. Like there's this idea of like, and maybe they're all meant to be your demons, right? But the idea of like befriending the scary stuff. And that one's courage. So good. Find your truth, inner guidance. Yeah, stop letting the messages come from outside. Find them from within. Fork in the road, and it's a literal fork in the road, which is freaking hilarious. I love that she did this. Crossroads, that's amazing. That's amazing. Ghosts of expectations, unlearning. Oh my God. Okay, let's see what the, okay. Ghosts of expectations says, for the Declaration of Defiance, I release the ghosts of expectations and reclaim my right to dream, choose, and live by my own truth. The truth bomb is, what beliefs or expectations am I holding on to that no longer reflect my true self? To me, that's like trying to meet, like unlearning the programming. Who were you programmed to be? Or like conditioned to be, and how can you unpack that and unlearn that? It's powerful. Because the key word is unlearning. I don't know if I said that. Loophole, workaround. Love the loophole. I love it. There's keys here too. So this feels very much like breaking through obstacles. Lost and found, rediscovery. Love that. There's like a dinosaur type thing in the back. There's like an elephant. There's like knickknacks. These characters are hilarious too. Masks off, authenticity. I love when there's an authenticity card in an oracle deck. That makes me so happy. Middle finger of love, loving defiance. That is fabulous. I feel like I remember that from the Kickstarter preview. Move like water, fluidity. Yes, absolutely. Love it. Necessary storm, transformation. That feels like tower, but it's like reminding you. It's like tower energy, but energy that is reminding you that the storm is part of the process. You have to move through the storm. Again, loving the empowering vibes from this. Not for sale, integrity. Ooh, I love that. Yes. We are not products. We are people. Nothing is normal. Unconventionality. Oh my gosh. Amazing. Off the beaten path. Exploration. I love that she's dressed like in a horse outfit. I don't think it's a unicorn outfit because those look like ears, not a horn. But one could, you know, I could dream, right? I love the black and white with color. I think this is like a really fun collage vibe for me. Open your eyes, awakening. Queen bee, authority. Yes, getting Queen of Wands vibes from her. Love her. Rebel without applause, kindness. This is fabulous because to me this acts like this card feels like it's talking about doing good, being kind without needing to do it for a transactional reason or be recognized for it, but just because it feels good or it's the right thing to do. Rebel yell, truth telling, abso-freaking-lutely. I love all these retro elements on the card. There's a truth bomb right there. Love it. Reclaim the mundane, mindfulness. This is fabulous because this is a card about, at least this is what I get from this, the everyday tasks, the ordinary things that we take for granted, the little things like even the chores have something to teach us and a way for us to feel gratitude for our life and all the things we get to do. And I feel like this is a reminder of that. See beyond, vision. Looks like she might be looking into, you remember those clicky click things where you would see scenes? It looks like an old version of one of those maybe. I don't know. If anybody knows what that is, let me know. But that's what that makes me think of. Sneaky tricks, cunning. I love how we see this word pleasure kind of in the kind of graffiti of the wall behind. It makes me wonder how many times we see words in the back that I've just not been paying attention to. Interesting. Soul contraband. We have desire. Love it. My hands are dry, and so my cards are sticking. It's not the cards. It's literally me just not being able to get a good grip on them. Okay, then we have the art of disappearing. Retreat. The great unplug, detachment. This is definitely a call to like take back your energy, right? Like you don't need to stay plugged into other people's drama. The last laugh is triumph. Yeah, love it. I want to see what this one says. The last laugh, triumph. Are these alphabetical? I think they are, but the thes are together. Okay, so the last laugh, triumph. Declaration of defiance. I rise above and find triumph in my own time. Truth bomb. What obstacles have I overcome in the past that now feel like steps toward my greatest triumph? How can I trust that my perseverance will lead me to unexpected victories in the future? like that. The long game strategy, love it. I love the chess pieces. I love the owl. I love the idea of wisdom. There's a lot here you can like kind of dip into visually. Everything supports the meaning. Nothing feels like it's on the card just like slapdash. It feels like it's there with a lot of intention and purpose. Here we have the secret garden, solitude. This definitely feels like a little mini escape, like shutting out the world. The underdog, underestimation. Love that. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, it says. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. The uninvited guest, embrace disruption. So this is really nice. It's kind of like, yeah, something's disrupting your energy, but what can you gather from that? What's the gold you can mine from that situation? It might have thrown you off your game, but like, what can you take from it? I love it. The upside down, perspective shift. Very much Hangman vibes for sure. Time bandit, boundaries. Yep. What is stealing your time and how can you say no to those things? Time bomb, urgency. Oof. Tribe of rebels, belonging. These are your people, your fellow rebels. I love that. Unauthorized access. So this says opportunity. Do not cross. No unauthorized access. The door's open. Unfinished symphony, acceptance. Ooh, and there's this pile of bricks. I'm so curious what this one says in the book. Hold on. We're almost done here, but I am just so curious. Unfinished symphony. Life doesn't come with a strict timeline and not everything needs completion right away. This card encourages you to accept the incomplete aspects of your journey and trust in the timing of it all. Some things are meant to evolve at their own pace, unfinished yet full of potential. Embrace the openness and mystery that comes from leaving certain paths unresolved. So it's like a lack of closure, really. So that's where the acceptance comes in. Patience and acceptance will allow what's meant for you to unfold organically, giving space for true growth and understanding along the way. Wildfire is momentum. Love it. And then there's a couple of, or a bonus card. The Quiet Rebellion starts with you. Lovely. I think I'll keep this one and this one under the guidebook in the box, because I don't feel like I would read with those. But oh my God. Okay, so now that we've looked at all the cards, let's take a quick little tour of the guidebook just so you can kind of see it for yourself. This deck wouldn't have been possible without the generosity of the Kickstarter community. Thank you for believing in this project and bringing it to life. So deeply grateful to you all and to Paul for everything. Oh, hey, Paul. Okay. It talks about how life isn't about fitting into neat boxes, using the Quiet Rebel Oracle. And then we just get right into the meaning. So it's not really, there's no like fluff in the guidebook, which is totally fine. There is a QR code in the back, which probably has some access to some extra stuff. A little bit about the artist and a little bit about the heart of Quiet Rebel Oracle. It says she started a podcast many moons ago now called A Quiet Rebellion Against the Ordinary. And she created a company with her husband called the Quiet Rebel Bureau Limited. Started to create the Quiet Rebel Oracle back in 2021. But like the aforementioned podcast, I ran out of steam, so the cards that I created sat in a virtual folder somewhere, gathering dust until 2024. When the time is right, it's right. And then it goes from there. Oh, love that. So, a fabulous deck. Let's zoom out. I do want to shuffle it a little bit, and then we'll show it next to Scarab and Dahlia, although I gotta be honest, I cannot wait to have it with the Quiet Rebel Tarot. But this is totally my vibe. It's got a strong self-worth bent, which kind of self-worth themes and empowerment themes run under all of my work, really. They're hugely important to me in the way that I read cards for others, the way that I use cards for myself, the way that I walk through the world, all the things that I create. I try to like always pull in some of that self-worth theme. And you can really see it, I think, in the decks that I've created and the books that I've written. But that sounded like a plug. It wasn't meant to be. It was just meant to say that, like, this is a very important theme for me, right? And so it's something that I really, really resonate with. And I love decks that pull these themes in. This is so comfy to shuffle. Now, mind you, it helps that it's not like a crazy thick deck. So there's enough room for it to bend and flex without it hurting my hands too much. I feel like a tarot in this exact same card stock, because there'd be so many more cards, would be trickier, because this has like 46, I think it says. 46. So a tarot is going to be double minus 10, roughly, right? Something like that. I can't math, y'all. Anyways, okay, so let's flip this over and then pull in Scarab and Dahlia and just see what it looks like with a collage deck. This is like my current fave collage deck and has been for a bit. I actually haven't put it in a bag because I just keep this out all the time. Now this one is difficult to shuffle. I have to hand over hand it these days, but let's give this a little mixy mix. Okay, let's see what I feel like. I don't know if these are going to go together or feel right together, but let's just see. Oh, hey, actually, I kind of like this. I kind of like this at first glance. So we have Page of Coins, Six of Coins with Off the Beaten Path. Three of Wands with Burn It Down and King of Coins. That works. Let's dive a few more cards down. the Chariot with Open Your Eyes, Awakening, and the Seven of Coins. No, I actually really like this. I feel like they balance each other. Let's just zoom in so you can see it a little bit better. I feel like there's enough, like with the white borders here, I feel like it gives some separation and gives a focal point. Ace of Swords. Ooh, that's really good too. Ace of Swords with Crossroads and King of Cups. Let's go down even further. Ooh, Temperance and Two of Wands with Cosmic Permission Slip and a big green go sign. With Two of Wands and Temperance, that makes so much sense to me. Okay, yeah, I really like that. Okay, that'll be a fun pairing for a bit. And like I said, I've already backed the Quiet Rebel Tarot, and definitely check it out. If you were charmed by this deck and you haven't got it yet, then there may be, I'm pretty sure there was an option to back the Quiet Rebel Tarot on Kickstarter and get the Oracle as an add-on or as a tier where it comes as a bundle or something. Oh, is that the right box? Yeah, that's the right box. Okay, so check that out if you are interested. I just think this is super charming, and I'm really, really happy I have it. So that is a fabulous deck. I'm so excited. And the timing of being able to do this walkthrough when the Quiet Rebel Tarot is currently funding on Kickstarter makes me really happy too. Oh yeah, that's how I wanted it, because I wanted the extra cards under the guidebook. Anyway, so I'm really excited. I don't yet know how much work I will be doing with this over the short term, but these two are going to hang out together, I think, for a while and be just a little matched pair over here on my work table or on my reading table. So those are going to hang out together for some work. Thank you, as always, for hanging out with me. I appreciate you so, so much. Extra, extra big thank you goes out to my Unicorn Fam channel members. Thank you so much for your support of the channel. It means the world. And if you are interested in learning more about Unicorn Fam channel membership, you can do that over on my channel homepage or by clicking the join button down below and learning more about it that way. We have a lot of fun in there. As always, before you go today, make sure you hit the like button to let YouTube know you enjoyed yourself here. Really helpful for the algorithm for me. Thank you so much. And subscribe so that you don't miss my content, because if you subscribe, you can click your subscriptions button or feed on YouTube and see everything you're subscribed to instead of just the stuff YouTube decides you want to see, which is, in my case, sometimes really strange things. So if you'd like to see this sort of stuff in your feed, then definitely make sure you subscribe, and then you can click your subscription feed and stay in the loop. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I appreciate you so, so much. And until next time, may your magic always shine from the inside out. Bye.